Well, as the old cliche goes, that was a traditional game of two halves. But if we're being honest, it was a game of one pass from Harry Kane to Jude Bellingham, who that one moment has won us this game. It's as simple as that. That combined with Scales being an absolute idiot in the first half, dribbling the ball half the way away from the England players so we couldn't take a quick free kick and getting a first yellow card. But the whole game changed on that pass from Harry Kane. We were, again, I thought, really poor in the first half, and I was again questioning the ability of our midfield pair. But Harry Kane was the man who dropped in deep, picked up the ball, completely cut the defence open with a fabulous pass to Jude Bellingham. He kind of miscontrolled it, but he managed to reset himself, jinked inside, fouled in the penalty area by Scales, penalty, and a second yellow, meaning a red card. Harry Kane scored the penalty, and from that point onwards, it was absolute free-flowing England, brilliant football, and we've won the game 5-0. And we've had 4 players score their first goal for their country, which is always lovely to see, especially on a international break where we've been so critical of the amount of England players that have been pulling out of the squad for various different reasons. At least the players that have come into the squad today have actually got themselves on the score sheet to sort of send a message to those other players saying, look, we are here, don't forget about us, pull out at your peril. Now, obviously, the likes of Foden, Saka, Palmer, etc., you're going to expect them to still get in. But fair play to those of them that have stepped up to the plate today, because in that second half, they've done their jobs and they've got the win. And England have got the win, which means England are promoted back to League A. And the final blot from Gareth Southgate is washed away as England are back where they're supposed to be, in League A, because the fact that we were in League B in the first place is just another embarrassment. But like I said, the Gareth Southgate era is over. The Lee Carsley era is now over. And the Thomas Tuchel era can begin with the World Cup draw on December the 13th. And we can look ahead to an international break in March where we will not have to worry about playoff football. And we can get ourselves ready for the Thomas Tuchel era in style. Now, in terms of, like I say, the match itself, I actually think, to be honest, first half we were an absolute abysmal. It was what we'd come to expect from the Lee Carsley side. It was probing without any real substance. Again, I don't understand the selection of Conor Gallagher in that midfield. We knew Republic of Ireland were going to sit back in deep. So why play a player without any sort of real creative spark? Why did we just have someone that runs around a lot? It should have been an Angel Gomez or a Gibbs White or a Morgan Rogers that played. If that meant that Bellingham sat deeper, then Bellingham sat deeper. We didn't need Conor Gallagher in that midfield. And I think, again, it just sort of stifled the all-round creativity of that first half. Thankfully, once we got the go-ahead goal and Ireland got their player sent off, we then had the freedom and the creativity to then create all the other chances that we got. And there isn't really much more to say about the match. I think there is one key moment that Ireland will reflect upon, and that was the potential penalty shout on Evan Ferguson from Mark Gahey. I'll be honest with you, at the time, I said penalty straight away. I really do think that Ireland had a very strong case for a penalty. The ball was in behind. Gahey got nowhere near it. You can see, visibly grabs Evan Ferguson's shirt and pulls him down. As far as I'm concerned, that is a penalty kick to Republic of Ireland. And boy, oh boy, what a different game it could have been if that had been given and then converted for 1-0 at half-time. But we'll never know. It is what it is. In terms of final reflections, I guess, on the Lee Carsley era, I mean, wasn't amazing, was it? This was probably the best performance. To be honest, I actually think the Greece performance was arguably a better performance than tonight's performance, because at least away from home against 11 men, we've gone out there, applied some really good tactical changes throughout the match and got the 3-0 result. Tonight, as I've already mentioned a couple of times, we were actually pretty poor until Ireland went down to 10 men. So the Lee Carsley era, it ends with the bare minimum requirement. He had 6 games in charge. They were the 6 Nations League games. He had to get us back promoted to League A. He has done that. But performances against Finland were poor. Certainly the performance at home against Greece was absolutely shocking. We should never have lost that. Just as an on-paper performance, we should never lose at home to Greece. And thankfully, we're going to go through on that superior head-to-head, thanks to the result earlier in the week. But we do end the group on the same points as Greece, which even of itself is a little embarrassing. But the job is done. Lee Carsley has served us well enough. Whether or not he goes back to the under-21s now, I don't actually know. If anyone knows in the comment section, please let me know what's going to happen with Lee Carsley from here. It wouldn't surprise me to see him in the Republic of Ireland job at some point in the future as well, being a former Republic of Ireland player. At half-time, I'd already prepared the secret agent Carsley sort of thumbnail because as far as Lee Carsley's concerned, his job was done at the end of this match, and if Republic of Ireland got a result that stopped England getting promoted, I'm sure as an Irish player, he wouldn't have minded that in the slightest. But he did his job professionally. We got the job done tonight. And we're back in League A. Nothing else to say, to be honest with you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Player of the match for me, you'd probably have to give it to Jude Bellingham for 3 assists if you include the penalty. The pass for the Harwood Bellis goal, absolutely phenomenal. Obviously got the assist for Jared Bowen's goal 3 seconds after coming off the bench. Brilliant from him as well. England come away 5-0 winners. England are back in League A. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon.